Lauren, you wanted to talk about the differences between dating American men and European men. I don't know how much we can go on that, but what did you want to talk about specifically?
It's just a couple of things that I noticed, just
Lay it
like
on us.
behaviorally, I guess.
Okay.
Um, and this is where I think it stems from. Like our drinking culture is pretty big, as you may or may not know, in England especially. And we start going out a lot younger. And I've noticed
Yeah,
that
the
I
drinking age
feel
is what, like 18 there? 16 even?
16 with a
Yeah,
meal, 18, yeah, normally. But we were all drinking and clubbing by the time we were like 14. Back then they
right.
didn't really check IDs and stuff. And if you go to Spain or Italy, they really don't check. So I just found that like I think with the culture, with our culture specifically, they see if there's a woman outside of a club and some guy's harassing her or whatever, a different group of guys who don't even know her will go in and interject, sort the guy out, pick him up, and then go like, right, let's go for a beer now. Now we've sorted you out, and you know that that's wrong. So people get checked at a very young age, just purely, I think, because of the drinking culture. And obviously, the age is 21 here, so you don't really get that kind of because when you are drinking, you're a little obviously not yourself, are you? And it can cause more aggression, especially with men, I've noticed. Um, so it gets checked at a lot younger age. So you can't be this like big guy with bravado thinking you're, hot shit and doing whatever you want to whoever you want. You have to kind of stay in line in a way. And I feel like that's what I've noticed the most is different. Like I can call a guy a bitch in England and he'll be like, ha, yeah, all right, whatever. You call a guy a bitch here, he's like, fuck you, bitch, you're a bitch. It's more, there's more aggression, I guess, or insecurity. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, but what man enjoys, again, here's my American coming out. Like, yeah, no woman on this planet is going to call me a bitch. I mean, I don't understand. Like, that's weakness. That to me, that's
But we
weakness. If
say it
you're
as a
going to allow a
joke.
man to call,
Like,
yeah,
even if it's a joke,
but there's always truth in jest, is there not?
I mean, a lot of the time, or it can be 100% joke. It's like in England, we swear at each other a lot. We don't mean any of it. I can't do that here. I can't be like, hey, you motherfucker. Well, I'm not going to use the word I would normally use. Um, but like, I can't say like, hey, you piece of shit or whatever. Like in England, you can do that. And be like, all right, yeah, you not bad. Like that's how we show affection almost. Like you really can't do that here.
I mean, I do that with my friends.
With the
I'm like,
girls can too.
girls? Hell no.
No,
What girlfriends, Spence? You got girlfriends, Spence? Is that what we're talking about here? You got girlfriends that are calling you bitch? No,
I
I
mean,
mean,
never said
go
like,
ahead.
"Hey, what's up, motherfucker?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay.
yes, but like there are certain things and there's banter, like, and this goes back to why
Right.
I've never said men and women can be friends. Like it just doesn't exist. It goes against all of our natural instincts. There's no reason for it at all. But I guess then do you continue finding yourself dating American men, or why are just sticking with European
Um,
men? I mean,
my last ex was not. He was German. The one before that was English. One before that was American. My ex-husband was also American. I do find it, I guess, easier to date European guys just because of the humor and the culture is different, obviously. But I've met a lot of American guys, especially East Coasters. I get along really, really well with East Coasters. I think there's a little more like no bullshit, more honesty, more humor.
yeah, but guys on the East Coast especially are far bigger assholes than guys on the West Coast.
So I don't think that see, I think honesty is not being an asshole though.
What do you mean?
Like I'd rather you be like bluntly honest to my face than like a guy who's out here who's like, yeah, like, whatever. you know?
No, I don't. I have no idea what you're talking about. Like,
But
what do you mean?
I don't find East Coasters to be assholes. I think if you're a real person, it doesn't mean you're an asshole necessarily. So I think people get that confused sometimes. Like if you're
I guess
brutally
that's
honest, it means
fair.
you're an asshole. You're not.
Well, a lot of people would say that they are. I mean, that's interesting that you think that, but so why isn't it working? What's going wrong? You say you're single, you're dating, but
I
why
think
isn't
the
it working?
number one
Where are you running into
component
brick wall?
I find is there's just And this is my issue again with social media. There's too many options for everybody.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.